How has China managed to feed nearly 1/4 of the world's population with only 7% of the world's arable land? In 1995, Lester Brown published the book, Who Will Feed China? Forecasting gloom and doom for China's ability to produce enough food for its people.
There's been talk about China and China's increasing appetite, if you want to call it, for food, and especially for grains, for the last 20 years. And there's been a lot of kind of doom and gloom predictions. I don't see those gloom and doom predictions as being played out.
Thus far, China has proved the naysayers wrong. In fact, China has reduced the number of undernourished people from 21% in 1990 to 12% today. Boyle says that smallholder farms and land diversity have helped to keep the country on track.
We have seen that they've been able to meet their grain production targets year after year, despite large sections of the country being stricken by drought and other, what have you, floods and different problems.
Fast forward to 2014. The government recently announced that more than 2% of the nation's land, the size equivalent of Belgium, is too polluted to grow crops. How will China meet rising food demand when its land and water are becoming more polluted and agriculture is increasingly competing with industry for the same precious water resources?
What we also see is China not directly relying on global food markets, but instead making investment strategies, having an investment strategy to actually own and import its own farms abroad in China, or in Africa, and also in Southeast Asia. So it has a diversified strategy, which is what we'd call like a risk-resilient strategy, which I think is a good thing. Importing food, whether it's from the global commodity markets or from China-owned farmland abroad, could free up both land and water for other productive uses in the nation.
Boyle says that China's decision to establish farms overseas is a controversial one because these farms do not always benefit local communities.
But that aspect of bringing local benefits to the community hasn't been high on the foreign farming program as of yet, but there's potential for it.
Indeed, there's still a lot in flux both inside and outside of China's borders.
And we're seeing a shift now to more modern agriculture and more industrialized farms and land consolidation. So it'll be interesting to see what happens as the farmland is consolidated, if it will continue to have this resilience that we've seen from the small plot structure. If the proponents of the import strategy are proven correct, that is going to be a reliable source for the nation, and that's something that we're going to need to see how that plays out.